Hey all, how are you doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shrapnel Varga, and today I'm going to be answering the age-old question of what the heck are furries? Okay, so the reason I'm doing this video is really simple. Recently, I've had a lot of non-furs encountering my YouTube page, mostly thanks to the most excellent help from Greg over at GMG News. Shout out to Greg. He's not a furry, but he's been totally cool with everything I've been doing here. But a lot of his fans have been coming over, and they're probably a little bit confused about what's going on. So I figured I'd do this video quickly to explain it to you all. So you may be asking yourself, what the heck is a furry? Well, simple terms are the so-called textbook answer is a furry is someone who is a fan of anthropomorphic animals. Now, anthropomorphic animals means animals with human features, or like Disney cartoons, like Robin Hood, or things like that. I think the biggest difference between regular fans of anthropomorphic animals and furries is that furries tend to make their own custom characters to represent themselves. So my persona is what you see here, a grey and white fox. But yeah, generally, if you have a persona, you'll see a lot of furries getting art drawn of it, whether it's they draw it themselves or they commission someone like myself to draw it for them. Some furries who are into their Renaissance and ancient history or fantasy. Other furries are into sci-fi, that kind of stuff, and they'll have their persona drawn in those situations. Some people they even go to the point where they have a fursuit made. Obviously, what I'm wearing is a fursuit. I didn't actually get this until about 3 years ago, and it was a gift from my girlfriend. She surprised me one Valentine's Day, led me around the house on a little treasure hunt, and when I got back to the living room, this was here waiting for me. Before that, I'd been in the fandom for 15 years and never worn a fursuit once, and then suddenly, bang! I've got one as a gift. So most furries don't have fursuits. Some do. They are not a prerequisite to be a furry. You don't need a fursuit to be a furry. Same as you don't need to get art drawn of your persona to be a furry. You don't even really need a persona to be a furry, but generally they have them. Now, to a lot of furries, the community is a big thing. I asked a couple of my mates last night what they enjoy most about the fandom, and they both agreed that it's the community that make the fandom so great. And I have to agree that, especially in real life at conventions and fur meets, the furry fandom is an amazing place. I mean, there are arseholes in the furry fandom, like in any group. There's the unsavory types, but for the most part, the furry fandom is great, especially in real life when you meet them at conventions. All over the world I've been hitting conventions, and the people are amazing at these things. So yeah, the furry fandom is very community based, and the community is amazing. You go on Facebook, you find hundreds of furry groups, and they're all really welcoming places. It's one of the most tolerant groups out there. I mean, I'm in some fandoms like the Warhammer 40,000 fandom. Some of those people are just horrific, but again, similar to the furry fandom, in real life, they're great. And I know some of you may be thinking, oh, this is some sort of weird fetish. I've seen what these furries are like. I've seen, CSI was the first big show to feature furries, and it was not in a pleasant light. I know what these furries like. They're just into it for the fetish side of it. And yeah, there is, a more adult side of the furry fandom. It does exist. I won't deny it. It's there. But then you get that with every hobby out there. I mean, from cars to cucumbers, humans will sexualize anything. So it's not unexpected that there are furries who, get kinky artwork drawn. But that's just an aspect. That's not the whole fandom. So that is my quick explanation of what the furry fandom is, what furries are, what a fursuit is, blah blah blah. If you enjoyed this, please drop a like. If you loved it, subscribe to my channel. Remember, the more subscribers I get, the more of the instant regret chocolate I'll be eating at the end of the month. So subscribe, see me eat more. So yeah, like, subscribe, drop your comments, share my videos if you want. I love having my videos shared. If I see them in the wild, I will like and comment back. And thank you very much for tuning in. You all have a good one. Goodbye.